Welcome to a Wealth of Useless Knowledge, where we dive into some fun and entertaining topics. You're sure to learn something new here, and maybe even have a laugh or two. Now let's get into today's video. Have you ever been belting out your favorite song, overcome by emotion, and totally convinced that the artist poured their heart and soul into writing it themselves? As you may or may not know, some songs pass through the hands of several people in the music industry before they eventually make their way to the recording artist that ultimately makes it a hit. From the biggest chart-topping pop anthems down to heart-wrenching ballads, there are several songs you may be surprised to know were not written by the artist who sings them. This is part 3 of the Pen to Mic series on this channel. So if you haven't seen parts 1 and 2 yet, don't forget to check those out. I'll leave a link to the playlist for you down in the pinned comment and up in the iCards. But in this video, we'll be diving into 10 more songs you didn't know were written by other artists. So grab some headphones, your favorite snack, and stay tuned. First on the list is Fine China by Chris Brown. The song Fine China features an upbeat tempo, catchy lyrics, and was accompanied with a music video known for its complex choreography. This R&B track featured elements of synth funk and disco and was very reminiscent of a Michael Jackson style record. It even incorporated some of his popular ad-libs throughout. Chris states it was meant to pay homage to the king of pop and some of his other musical influences like Sam Cooke as well as Stevie Wonder.
I did kind of like the Quincy Jones idea, locked out a studio, brought all the producers or all the writers. And so that was like maybe the 10th song we had done. So when we heard it, I heard the beat, I was like, okay, I kind of can keep listening to this song.
Hey, dude, Michael Jackson is in heaven saying, this dude took my damn record. You know what I'm saying?
Video.
He was like, all I had to do was just hold on. You know what I'm saying? And that was my song. Do you feel like there is a channel there, though, as far as that sound like that could have been a Michael Jackson hit record also?
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's more like paying homage.
Yeah. It's not a bite.
Yeah,
not at all.
It's like a Sam Cooke paying homage to, and Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson. All of my older influences growing up when I was younger, kind of incorporating this song. So that's what I wanted to kind of put out.
Although Chris's vocals and dance moves made the song what it is, the creation of the song was achieved with some writing help by another artist. A set of artists, that is, as this song was co-written by singer-songwriters Eric Bellinger and Amber Denise Streeter, better known by her stage name, Seven Streeter. The song was produced by Rockstar and PK and was released through the RCA record label back in 2013 as the lead single from Chris's 6th studio album entitled X. It peaked at number 31 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was considered one of his lowest charting singles since his record Wall to Wall. But that didn't stop the song from making its rounds and continuing to gain popularity, as it made its way into people's playlists, received several MTV, Soul Train, and World Music nominations, and by 2017, the record had become certified platinum by the RIAA, proving it to be a slow burn success. It even became one of the songs featured in the 2014 edition of Just Dance. Speaking of dancing, another song that hit the airwaves and had people dancing was Till the World Ends by Britney Spears. This up-tempo dance pop record hit the radio back in the early 2010s and was pretty much on repeat as it could be heard being played just about everywhere. Although it had a true Britney sound as far as vocals go, when hearing it for the first time, you may have even thought it was a Kesha song, as it contained elements of her signature sound. And if you thought this when hearing it, then you wouldn't have been too far off, as this song was actually written by Kesha.
A lot of people don't realize that you write songs and have written songs all your life. Britney's Till the World Ends, that's all you.
Yeah, I wrote all those lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that song.
Why didn't you do the song yourself? It's a great song. Was it ever I want to do this song? What do you, they're children, these songs that you write. And how do you decide what you're going to give up for adoption and what you're going to keep?
They are kind of like children. I write songs all the time, every day. I have hundreds of songs. I couldn't possibly keep them all for myself. And if you're going to give one away, it might as well be to like one of pop's biggest icons.
Sure.
And so it's actually really flattering as a songwriter for her to have recorded one of my songs. And she sounds amazing. The video is badass. And I just am kind of like blown away that she liked it enough to put it as a single. So I'm really just humbled and flattered by Brittany doing one of my songs.
Although the track is known largely to have been written by Kesha, it also contributes writing credits to producers and songwriters Dr. Luke, Max Martin, and Alexander Crunlin. The record was released as the second single off Britney's 7th studio album entitled Femme Fatale, released back in 2011, and flaunts electro-pop elements and a catchy chorus, giving it unmatched replay value, as it was played everywhere from radio to clubs, soaring to the top of the charts. It peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and even spawned several remixes, one of the most notable being the Femme Fatale remix featuring Kesha and Nicki Minaj. Nicki even performed her verse live alongside Britney on her Femme Fatale tour that same year. In an interview with Vulture magazine, Kesha was asked why she decided to write the song and give it away to Britney, to which she stated, quote, "I've never been more proud of anything in my career. It really solidifies me as a songwriter in the pop music world, which is what I consider myself first and foremost. So it actually is really, really exciting for me when I hear Britney sing it. Like, when I hear my own songs on the radio, I have to kind of turn it down or change the radio or whatever. But when I hear that, I effing blow the speakers out and order everybody to dance." Baby I is an up-tempo pop R&B song sung by Ariana Grande and was released as the second single from her first studio album entitled Yours Truly back in 2013. The track was written by singer, songwriter, and producer Kenneth Edmonds, better known by his stage name Babyface, and contained writing attributions from Antonio Dixon and Patrick J.Q. Smith. The record debuted at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100 and would later become certified platinum by the RIAA. The song received positive reviews, with critics citing its catchy throwback sound and Ari's vocal capability, alongside her whistle register, which drew comparisons to that of Mariah Carey, which was of no surprise to many. But what is surprising is the fact that the song almost went to another artist. Beyoncé. That's right, y'all. In a 2023 interview with GQ, Babyface states that the song was written with Beyoncé in mind and was sent over to her and her team, but she ultimately ended up declining the song, to which Ariana was more than happy to pick it up. One of Babyface's collaborators on the song, songwriter and producer Antonio Dixon, also confirmed this in an interview, stating that it was actually submitted as a possible track to go on Beyoncé's 4th studio album, 4.
There was a record that we had actually done, Kenny and I had actually done, that was a part of the records we had submitted for Beyonce's 4 album. Record we did called Baby I. And we played it for her label, we played it for her. She was excited about it, she loved it. We had her come in and record that.
Could any of you guys imagine this song being sung by Beyoncé? Let me know down in the comments. Another song to become a major hit was Mary J. Blige's Just Fine. This song was co-written by Blige alongside singer-songwriter The Dream, with attributions from longtime collaborator Christopher Tricky Stewart, as well as attributions from Phelan Alexander, better known as Jazzy Faye, who also co-produced the song alongside Stewart. This upbeat tempo record was a feel-good jam that made its way into many people's playlists and onto the charts, as it peaked at number 3 on the Billboard US Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs chart, and at number 1 on the US Dance Club Songs chart. The song promotes self-confidence and living life to the fullest, making it a feel-good tune that resonated well with the public. In addition, it also showcased ad-libs and a rhythm that was heavily inspired by Michael Jackson's hit record, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, giving it a nostalgic feel. Mary even pays homage in the music video, as she can be seen donning a Jackson-inspired outfit, as well as incorporating some of the King of Pop's signature dance moves throughout. The track was released as the lead single from her 8th studio album entitled Growing Pains, released in 2007, and although it's been nearly 2 decades since its release, it's continued to maintain its relevance and will forever be a hit. Speaking of a hit, if you're still here watching and enjoying the video, why not hit the like button and subscribe? It's free and easy to do, plus it helps the channel out a lot too. Keeping fun content like this headed your way.
I appreciate you.
Since we're giving a spotlight to the writers behind the scenes, another song that deserves a spotlight is, well, the song Spotlight. The former American Idol contestant turned EGOT winner and talk show host Jennifer Hudson lending her powerhouse vocals to the track is one of the things that makes the song so great. But as we all know, every great song starts with some great songwriting. So there's no surprise that this hit was written by one of the songwriting greats, Ne-Yo. As you may or may not know, Ne-Yo is actually behind a lot of hit songs that we know and love today, including songs like Beyonce's Irreplaceable and Carrie Hilson's Pretty Girl Rock, which I've covered previously in this series, and this song is no different. The track was launched as the first single from her self-titled debut album back in 2008, and in addition to songwriting credits, Ne-Yo also contributed to the production process alongside the production duo Stargate. The tune was a success, peaking at number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on Billboard's Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart, where it remained at number 1 for 2 consecutive weeks. In addition, the song received Grammy noms for Best R&B Song and Best Female R&B Vocal Performance. Can You Handle It is a 2004 song by Usher that was released as a track from his 4th studio album, Confessions.
Can you handle it if I go there, baby, with you?
The track featured a sultry vocal performance from the R&B superstar, which is no surprise. But what may be surprising is that the song was written by another vocalist, Robin Thicke. When asked in an interview if there were any songs he regrets giving away, Thicke expresses how he wishes he would have kept this particular song for himself, while also acknowledging what a great opportunity it was to have a writing credit on Usher's Confessions album. So either way, it was a win-win.
Well, what about you writing a song for someone saying I should have kept it? What about that?
Oh, maybe Usher. I gave Usher a good one. The "Can You Handle It" on his Confessions album.
Oh,
if there was
my
any one, but then I wouldn't have a song on Usher's Confessions album. So
It was a give and take.
you can have that.
I'm gonna give you that song because there's another bigger opportunity on your album.
Yeah.
We went diamond on that one, so I'm not gonna mess with that.
There you go. There you go.
Even more surprising than the songwriter behind the song would be the one who sang the female vocals on the track.
I can handle it. I can go there, baby, with you.
Oh, I hear you talking, babe.
As fun fact, the female vocals on the song were contributed by none other than the actress and Thicke's then-girlfriend Paula Patton. In an interview with TV One, she talks about how the opportunity for her to sing on the track came about.
While I was pursuing my acting career, before I had actually booked a job, I was living with my boyfriend at the time, who became my husband, Robin Thicke. And there was a lot of music in the house, which was amazing. So I got to be a part of a lot of the music being made, and one of them was Usher. Rob was working on his Confessions album. They just needed a female voice, and so I was handy and I was available. And so I sang on Can You Handle It? And I certainly, was really, hands-on with Robin with a lot of that element of that, and I loved it.
Next on the list is Rumor Has It by Adele.
Rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving her for. Rumor has it.
This song was praised by critics for the UK singer's powerhouse vocals, as well as the lyrical content regarding all the rumors that came alongside celebrity status. The pop soul record featured elements of blues and an upbeat tempo, and was co-written by Adele alongside pop rock star Ryan Tedder, who also produced the song. Tedder is best known as the lead vocalist of One Republic, and is also a songwriting juggernaut in the industry, as he's written for everyone from Ellie Goulding to Leona Lewis, 2 artists I've covered previously in this Pen to Mic series. Rumor Has It was released back in 2011 as a track from her second studio album, 21, and it was very popular at the time of the album's release, reaching number 16 on the Billboard Hot 100 despite it not even being originally released as a single. It wasn't until later on that Columbia Records decided to release the track as the fourth single, following tracks like Rollin' in the Deep, Someone Like You, and Set Fire to the Rain. It's reported that the song wasn't solely inspired by the tabloids, but more so by the people she knew in real life who were blindly believing rumors they've read about her in them. A Rolling Stone article gives more insight into what inspired the lyrics, with Tedder quoted saying, "She walked in and she was already pissed off from a conversation she had the night before with her ex. She came up with this great phrase, 'Rumor has it,' because people were saying that this is why they broke up, this happened, that happened, and she was sick of hearing all the rumors. That was the catalyst." The song was well received by critics and garnered tons of radio play. The record would ultimately go on to sell over 2 million copies in the US alone and become certified double platinum by the RIAA. Even more shocking than the song's success, despite not being initially set to be released as a single in the first place, was the fact that it was recorded in just one take.
"10 seconds. She listened to the riff a few times and I started stomping my foot on the ground, and she just went, she ain't real, she ain't gonna be able to love you like I will." First line out of her mouth. Whoa. I was like, grabbed a pen, started writing it down, and I think maybe an hour and a half later, the song was done. The bridge of Rumor Has It, I did the next day. It's a very, very weird bridge. It kind of, the whole song slows down and gets into this kind of piano, 1940s sounding jazz thing. And we did that the next day, and then she sang the whole song in one take. And that's the story of that song. Dang. Only time I've ever had that happen in my life. She sang it in one take, top to bottom. So what you hear on the radio is the first, I hit record, and she sang it from the opening line to both choruses.
She's that good.
To the final chorus. Yeah.
In interviews past, Tedder has even cited Adele's Rumor Has It as being one of his favorite songs he's written on, due to the ease of the writing and the recording process when it came to working with Adele.
You're also a writer at heart.
Yes.
What's your favorite song you've ever written?
Ooh. My favorite song I've ever written, just because of the experience of doing it, was Rumor Has It, Adele.
Oh.
Because she recorded it, we wrote it in like 45 minutes, and then she did it in one vocal take.
Oh my
Started singing from the top of the song, she ain't real. Did the whole song, 3 minutes, done. We didn't do any more takes, that was it.
Next on the list is the song Better Man, sung by Little Big Town.
Just miss you and I just wish you were a better man.
This record was released back in 2016 as the lead single from the group's 8th studio album entitled The Breaker. Although the song was well suited for a group of voices, it was actually written for and by a well-known solo artist, Taylor Swift. It's been reported that Taylor originally wrote it for her 4th studio album Red, but it didn't make it into the final track list. The harmonies in the song were thought to be better suited for a group, so she handpicked Little Big Town to record the record.
The story of Better Man.
Better Man. That was a gift from Miss Swift.
The gift from Miss Swift. Yeah, I got an email that she just sent a song. She was like, "I just heard you guys singing harmonies on this song."
I think she was just going back in her catalog and looking at things and going, wow, here's a song that would really connect with the country audience. And the hard part about Better Man was, once we heard her sing it, was how do we make this our own? I mean, she's such an iconic voice that we had to just flip it around. And there was so much joy in that whole thing of just seeing us put it out, it having commercial, success, and then us saying, and by the way, Taylor Swift wrote it. Yeah, but it's been great, I love it. Every once in a while, she'll sing it on the Eras tour, and our socials will blow up. Sometimes they want to just hear her sing it, which is fine. That's fine.
This pick proved to be a great choice as the song ended up becoming one of the country group's best-known songs and became so popular that it even won Song of the Year at the 2017 CMAs. Taylor would ultimately end up recording her own version of the track on the re-recording of her Red album, making it a full circle moment for the song. The song Diamonds by Rihanna has long been a hit ever since it was released back in 2012.
Shine bright like a diamond.
The song was released as the second single from Rhee's 7th studio album, Unapologetic, and would soon be heard on replay just about everywhere. The record flaunts a pop R&B sound with electronic elements sprinkled throughout and would quickly emerge to become a chart-topping hit and one of Rhee's best-known songs to date. But it all started with the lyrics. The song was written by Sia with attributions from songwriter and producer Benny Blanco and was produced by Blanco alongside Stargate.
This is an unbelievable song. You and Sia wrote this together.
Sia and Stargate too.
Why didn't Sia use this for her own album? Why would she give this to Rihanna?
Sia writes a song in under 5 minutes. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, okay? She was waiting for a cab. This was before Uber, and they said, it's going to be 15 minutes. And she said, oh, well, just load up another thing. Song, melody, lyrics, harmonies, everything all done before the cab comes. And she's like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh my God.
And we did, I go in and they play me, say, 10 tracks, and then I sing the very first time I hear the track, I sing over it. So, and I hope that I intuitively go where the chords go. But I don't know because I've never heard the song before. So sometimes I hit it and sometimes I don't. So then I do la, dee, doo, da. I have an affinity with the D sound, so there's a lot of doo, dee, da, da, dee, dee, dees going on. This one, I'll play you what I did with Diamonds, because sometimes I get lucky and words fall out too. So I don't know where the mic is on this thing, so I'll just try. Do you know where it is? Oh, there it is. So you see it's a bit different because then we refine it, right? So you get what happens?
This song fell into the hands of Rhee after the possibility of her recording another song, Pretty Hurts, fell through. Her engineer suggested that Sia play the Diamonds record for her instead, and she immediately fell in love with it, and the rest is history.
Pretty Hurts.
I wrote it on the sofa 3 years ago for Katy Perry, sent it to Katy Perry, then I sent it to probably Rihanna and Beyonce's people, and Beyonce just slid into home base and threw the money down. It was a really awkward situation. So Rihanna's engineer had a great idea. He was like, why don't you play her Diamonds? Rihanna was like, I love this song. Diamonds, it's mine.
Everybody goes home happy.
Yeah, that's how we like it here at Shea Sia.
The song would go #1 on Billboard, becoming her 12th single to do so, and in addition would go on to surpass 10 million unit sales, which ironically enough would grant it an RIAA certification of diamond status. What Do You Want From Me is a song by American recording artist and yet another former American Idol contestant, Adam Lambert.
So what do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
The pop rock track flaunts an edgy rock star vibe and was very reminiscent of the type of song that someone like the artist Pink would have sung. Which, once you know it was actually written by her, you can finally understand why. This record was actually written by Pink through collaboration with songwriter-producers Max Martin and Shellback, and was intended to go on her 5th studio album, Funhouse. It was ultimately passed on to Lambert, who would end up recording the track with just the level of edge and vocal bravado it needed to make it a huge success. In an interview, Adam speaks out about the emotions behind the song lyrics and how he knew it would be a hit.
at first listen, I feel like the song's about a relationship. You know what I mean? Obviously.
Right.
Pink wrote this song with Max Martin. Great team. I'm a huge Pink fan. I think she's unbelievable. And I heard the song and I immediately could like relate to the emotion of it in the context of it being a relationship thing. It's like, yeah, I've been there. It's universal. I was like, that's going to do well. I think a lot of people can relate to that. And then, like you said, having this kind of like message to the fans and to the groups out there, like you're saying, like, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
You know, and there's lyrics in there like, you know, I'm a freak, but thanks for loving me. You're doing it perfectly. Oh my God, I love that line.
Yeah.
You know, and slow it down. Yeah, I'm afraid, you know, slow it down. It's a great lyric.
Yeah.
It's a great emotional message.
You may not have been able to predict
how perfect
it would have been.
Right?
The record would go on to be released in 2009 as the second single from his debut studio album entitled For Your Entertainment, and would end up peaking at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming his highest charting single of all time, as well as one of his best-known songs to date. Pink would later release her own version of the track exclusively on the German and Australian versions of the compilation album, Her Greatest Hits So Far. When jamming out to our carefully crafted playlists that are the soundtracks of our lives, it can be hard to imagine anyone else singing the songs other than the artists they ultimately ended up with. But the journey a song embarks on and the avenues it goes through before it finds its forever home with the vocalist is truly fascinating. And there's tons more songs whose writers await to be uncovered. So if you'd like me to keep this series going and do a part 4, hit the like button and comment part 4 down below. But I really want to hear from you guys. Could you imagine any of these songs being sung by any other artist? And which was the most surprising to you in this list? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more music-related content, check out my Music Origins playlist, where I dive into some popular music samples and their origins. If you found this video educational or entertaining, it would be
delightful. Really delightful.
If you would like, share, and hit that subscribe button for more content.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
As always, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, keep learning.